How is everybody doing? It is coming up on 4 o'clock. Real quick, take a look at some of the sectors here. Healthcare, I think, is still a little early, but I'd rather I'd rather buy them in here than chase them. Okay, that's what my thinking is. So going a little bit smaller, see what you can do. All right. Uh, it's down right now. Okay, so you're inside. All right, we're down 72 cents today on XLV. You can see that one. I'll show the other one when we get to the end there. So XLV got a cooking inside here. All right, 2-1 inside, trying to get this thing to do anything here. At this point, they still are heavy. Okay, on your XLV. All right, so stuck inside there. Got your discretionaries here. Try to come back up on a little bit there on your retail, but your cyclicals group was not that great today. So as you can see, it was down 85 cents. Not horrible. All right, so just off a bit. We'll see what happens with that. Okay, XLK kind of chasing the two up, the 30s up at the end. So we get the two up on the 30 to finish with some strength. All right, that's for sure on XLK. That was a 2-2 nice move to finish the day on the 30s. Okay, I gotta say that's pretty good. And now you got this coming right up behind here, so getting a little bit of support with that. We'll see if anything happens there. We go down, we drop down. We got energy. I still wouldn't touch energy right now. Chevron was trying to, they're really choppy. All right. So I'm not like not watching it, but I'm watching other stuff that are moving more. All right. So XLE, this is a 4-hour picture that you're seeing here. So you're 3-1 inside on here on XLE. Really not too much, man, with the crude. Not even too much today. All right, utilities. I like the 3-1. I like the utilities. I think XLU is getting better. This is a 3-1 on the 4-hour. We're gonna get a flip here at. We're gonna get another flip here in a couple of minutes, I believe. Right? We get that 4 o'clock. I think so. All right, so we should get a new bar right inside here. All right, so XLU, I think this one looks a little bit better, and we'll look at a couple names on that group. All right, XLF. Trying to come back up on the 30-minute right now. All right, coming back up here. Let's see how that looks in the big 4-hour picture. So your 3-2 upper here kind of come back inside and kind of stalls out right in there. Okay, so going into the internet, typically you're going to see some stalling out, and then there'll be some action, and it'll stall out again. It's much like the regular day. So XLF, we'll see what happens there. It is trying to move back up. I watch Goldman Sachs and I watch JP Morgan. If those guys start to move, then some other guys are going to be moving with them, all right? So XLF, a little bit better there. Utilities, energy. We talked about discretion. We talked about retail, XRT, cyclicals, just not great right now. On XRT, as you can see now, they've been under pressure here on retail. All right, a couple like Carvana was trying to get going today. Dillard's Department Stores was making a move to the upside. A couple of names, and they were really, just nothing great. All right. So, and again, that's why our diamonds are continuing to do what they're doing. I was surprised that they even put a pretty decent rally there at the end of the day. So XRT retail just not right now, guys. Not right now. All right. And financials. I think this is the big deal breaker right here is on the XLV. If we get these health cares back up, and then we get this other group that I'm about to pull up, and you get these are the two that got to get the job done. All right, it's the industrials, and it's going to have to be with the healthcare. All right, those two got to get together. I'm in XLV. I mean, I'm in XLV and I'm in an XLI. So staying in both right now, no reason to get out, but it has been shaky. All right, so we'll see some names on that too. All right, so that's kind of that's a sector, quick sector look. We knew that gold was down heavy today on the metals, and a couple other things, but we're going to go back and we're just going to kind of look at the futures. And now we'll wrap it up here, man. I'm not going to talk too much. All right. SPY, we finished with the 2 up on the day, new highs. That's all you need to know. All right. We're coming back inside here right now on a 15-minute, but it can even move that up right now. So here's the 2 hour. You see what's going on here, right? This has been moving to the upside, but, you know, we keep going into this exhaustion risk, and we bumped into it a few times today. So I do want to pull that up on that bigger screen, and I want to go to the 30-minute, because today on SPY, it was just this move that now this was a nice move that came back up. But we kept seeing exhaustion risk. Every time we made up a new high, we would drop back. We'd go up, we would drop back, and it continued until we busted through there and got to 715.38. Now that was trying to chase down from the overnight, all right, because the overnight was up there, and it took that number today with this move, and then now you got this 2 comes down. All right, and now it's fighting back. All right, so if this thing turns around and comes back up and hammers up nice, it could go into force. But going into the overnights, I don't watch them that much, just because I don't have like a big screen at home, and I don't want to watch it on my phone because it's too annoying. All right, so that's really what the truth is there. All right, so SPY, there you go. But fighting a lot of exhaustion risk, and the SPY did the job. Now it busted through there. You see it here. Seen it this morning. All right, it got up, it gave up, it got up, it gave up, it gave up, it gave up, it gave up. You see what I'm saying? Every time they were trying to push in, they were there. All right, they were there. They popped through up here, and I think you still got some issues getting through here now. All right, but we did get all the way back up to 664.43. I think that 666 spot 63 is a hot number. If you get above there, I think they could start to churn up a little bit, if you know what I mean. All right, so triple Qs. There's you got insiders right now, so you got a shooter coming down, and you got a hammer going back up. All right, we'll see what happens on that on triple Qs. Again, I think it's still fighting with some of that exhaustion risk for sure. All right, and I get, like I said, 666 spot 66. Then I think I get back in the clear. We can start moving exponentially. All right, and then we'll look at Diamond DIA. All right, same thing. Garbage all day. Ran up, puked. Ran up, puked. Ran up, puked. This one just puked, come back, and puked again. All right, and then got the 2-1 back up. Okay. To be honest with you, I was intrigued to see this move here. All right, I kind of watching it as the day was coming to an end. It was a nice move, and then of course it had to come in and spoil it. All right, by coming back down here, but it didn't quite triangle anything out there. All right, so looks like I think our support lines are even a little lower than this right now at 490. But we'll see. For right now, we're just trying to hold this right now, 491.21. I think our numbers more aligned in the 489 area. All right, that's on your diamonds. So that's all we really got for the futures. We'll see what tomorrow's going to bring. I think that the semis, it was bad advertising this morning. They said that the semis were going to run. They all came down, but now I'm starting to see them turn around here at the end of the day. Now, Micron did make a really beautiful move to the upside today on the daily. I'll tell you, there's always something to find. Today was Micron for sure. Let's kind of look up look up on this one here, and let's go turn off the overnight business, and then let's go to the 5-minute bar. Let me shrink that down a little bit. All right, there you go. It was the 2-2 up. All right, made the big move to the upside. All right, came back inside. All twos, all twos, all twos. You finally get the one in here. Goes into force, but not really, because it just kind of died off, right? So then buyers tried to take control again, and then that was it. It was the 2-1-2 to the downside. And this was a big move because they were able to sell it all the way down and bring it back, okay? So they got rewarded by moving back up to that upside, and then it just fell and it did it again. Boom, 531 from there, from somewhere down in this area up into there. That was a big move on the, and those are 5-minute bars, so you can see kind of finishing up stronger a little bit too. So interesting to see what happens with Micron. MU, I just wanted to show you on that 5-minute because it's pretty cool. How I always like to go to the scene of the crime. All right, and so again, ALAB, that's the name that I got that I put out to you guys today. ALAB. These are semiconductors. The semiconductors. You're talking about, we're talking about Taiwan Semi. We're talking about ALAB. We're talking about Intel, and we're talking about Marvel. We're talking about Cisco, and we're talking about Qualcomm, and then you got then you got the the stocks that are coming in from the Cloudflare, right? D-Dog had a good day today. D-Dog was up today. Salesforce was down all day. So mixed bag there. We got mixed bag in the healthcare. We got mixed bag in the industrials, and that's the reason why the diamonds can't get no relief, and they just keep chopping up. All right. So until we get a catalyst or something that's going to change things, let's see what happens. All right, discretionaries. There's only a few that are good. I wouldn't marry that or that XLY right now. I'd be more inclined to be looking at the industrials, and I don't want to say this healthcare too much because I don't want to get because I start pumping it up too much and then it falls flat on my face. I'm not afraid to do that. But more importantly, I don't want to do that because I want us to be able to find a good position for all of us in a place where we can make some do re mi, if you know what I mean. All right. So at that note, I'll say that pretty decent day in all. All right. SPY got a new high. We did not get a new high today. We did get a high on the overnight on the Qs, and then obviously we're lagging in the Dow as usual. All right, so we'll see what tomorrow brings. All right, be good.